Hey guys, it's JJ. Welcome back to the Laredo State Dynasty, where we just finished a regular season in the Big 12. 8-4 is our final record, 6-3 in conference, and yeah, we lost the last game to Texas A&M in completely unnecessary fashion. So we're now out of the top 25, and we also did not get to participate in the championship game. Which, by the way, Texas won. They are the 5 seed here in the college football playoff. And with that, we're going to go to our bowl game. It's going to be against Indiana. And they have a pretty stacked roster overall. Lots of 90 and high 80s overall players at the top of their roster. And they're all over the field as well. It's not just like one position group, but most of them are actually on defense. Indiana is quarterbacked by Tyler Cherry, 6'5", 215 out of Greenwood, Indiana, 4-star high school rating. Cherry is a very accurate quarterback with 93 throw power. That is very good. He's a high upside, elite level quarterback that is just a field general, unfortunately. But they do have a very good commander on this offense here. Then the running back is Nelson Fontaine, wears number 30. Fontaine has pretty good hands, very good elusiveness. He can run some routes. He doesn't really have much power, but 94 speed. That's gotta tell you everything. And then the top receiver is Darius Pont-Bryant, 5'7", 196 out of West Lafayette, Indiana. More of a running back build, but Pont-Bryant is a very good route runner, has elite hands, and yeah, watch out for him. Watch out for number 7. He's got some solid speed as well, but at his size, you would actually expect a little bit more athleticism. And then we've got Charlie Becker, wears number 89. He's an elite level route runner and pass catcher with some elusiveness to his game, 90 speed, solid number 2 receiver. And then Antonio Beatty, 5'8", 180 out of Livonia, Michigan. Beatty wears number 84. He's a deep threat with very good release, decent route runnings, okay to below average catching ratings actually, and only 87 speed. So I had no idea how this dude is going to be a deep threat. The offensive line for Indiana is actually very underwhelming overall, I would say. They do have a very good left tackle, but the rest of the line is really nothing special. Dakota Stepaniak is the top edge rusher to be worried about here on this team. 6'3", 238 out of Wilmette, Illinois. Stepaniak is a speed rusher with 79 finesse moves and 79 power moves. So overall, not the most threatening pass rusher you'll ever see. 78 strength, 72 block shedding, not a force against the run as well. That defensive unit here just doesn't look great. The defensive tackles don't even have an 80 overall. They have Daniel Quinn here, who is actually a good finesse rusher, but virtually no power and no run stopping upside anyway. So that defensive line is definitely a huge weakness on this team. And also they're going to be missing another edge rusher here in Mario Landino. Partial ACL tear. His season is done, and he's a senior, so his college career is done actually. Ramon Epinesa, 6'1", 216 as a middle linebacker on this team. He looks actually pretty promising. He's very solid in coverage. He's got good play rec. He does have a little bit of a pass rush upside if he's being blitzed, but virtually no run stopping upside. Just a great athlete with good coverage ability. And then on the other side, Calvin Miller might actually be the most promising defensive threat. He's a very solid pass rusher. Does have actually 84 strength, which is pretty good. Just an average run stopper. He can drop back in coverage. Not the fastest. And then the top player on this team is Ja Boyd, 5'10", 170 out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Boyd is an elite level man coverage corner with no press ability, no run stopping ability, and 86 zone. So you can play both man and zone, but you can't play him from press, and you can't play him around the line of scrimmage. A pure off zone, off man, outside corner. And then they've also got Dontre Henderson, 5'11", 178 out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Dontre Henderson has 88 zone coverage, elite. 85 catching is elite. No press or man to speak of. He's actually a very, very reliable tackler and a decent athlete. And then on the back end, they've got Gabe Sembrilo, 5'10", 199 out of Texarkana, Texas. Sembrilo is very solid, deep safety and coverage, but his run stopping is actually pretty abysmal. Man coverage, nothing to speak of, and only 88 speed. So the safety duo overall, I'd say nothing worth mentioning. Now Indiana is not an opponent we have faced yet. We're going to be playing this game with our blistering Savannah uniforms. We're gonna get out there with our all reds, and we're gonna play the Big Ten team here. Well, actually, I mean, in this series we split up the conference differently, so it's not actually a Big Ten team. This is actually an American team. But overall, I'd say we should be favorites. This defense, although they seem to have a few good players on that team, they lack speed, they lack defensive line talent, and on the offense, the offensive line is nothing spectacular. And the only good thing about this team is actually the quarterback, in my opinion. So we're gonna give it our all here in the bowl game, and this is also the last game for Castellanos, our starting left tackle. Actually, he's a backup. But we might throw him in there in the second half, and we're going to start this off with a 9-yard play, and then on 2nd and 1 we go to John Suarez for a 6-yard run. 2nd and 7, close double twins, and we've got Suarez for absolutely nothing. 3rd and 5 coming up, and Estrada has Suarez in the backfield, and he's going to throw it to him, and Suarez is going to accelerate away from the linebacker. 12 yards on the play. Very nice design there. 1st and 10, and now Cerdeño checks in, and he is going to get the handoff, and there is a little bit of space. He's getting 6 yards out of this one, not breaking any tackles. 2nd and 4 now coming up for Suarez, and he's going to run behind his guard, and Suarez with a very nice piece of running, 14 yards. 1st and 10, and now they go empty backfield. Trips to the right, twins to the left, and Estrada has got Rivero for a catch, not a far one though. So 3rd and 7 now, close bunch to the right, isolated receiver left is Rosas, and not holding on to the catch is Vela. So 4th and 7, we're gonna have a 45-yard kick, and this one's good. Laredo State up by 3. The Ocelots are gonna take the lead here, and now 2nd and 8 for Cherry, and he's gonna get it out there on the bubble screen. Rodriguez on the tackle, it's a 3-yard gain. 3rd and 5. Cherry empty backfield, actually. And Cherry's going to go down. It's Eric Vasquez in the backfield. And Tyler Cherry was absolutely nowhere to be seen. Well, I mean, he was to be seen, but nowhere near making a great play or anything. 1st and 10, and Estrada is going to hand it off here to Vela, and he is just going to leap over a defender on the ground and break a couple tackles. Down to the 39 is Emilio Vela, slot receiver. Now double tight end set, actually, and we're going to have Suarez up the gut. It's 8 yards. Make this a 3rd down and 2. Now we're going to bring in the fullback. And 3rd and 2 is going to go to Suarez, and we do not get it. And now we actually have to bring in the senior left tackle because our starting left tackle, Bavaro, is now injured. And we're going to get this 1st down on the ground. It's John Suarez. 1st down and 10 for Estrada. Get this one away on the handoff. And Suarez gets 6 yards. Make this 2nd down a lot easier. And now we're into the 2nd quarter. 3rd and 3, fullbacks in the game. And we're going to run it. Vasquez to the outside. It's going to be an 18-yard touchdown. Nick Vasquez, the power back. He has an inside zone gives. He breaks it. out toward the sideline, and nothing but green grass in front of him. And Vasquez scores the first touchdown of the day. It's a 10-0 lead for Laredo State to open the second quarter. Cherry gets it away on jet sweep, and that one's a huge crease there. BJ McCrane with the first down. 2nd and inches, and they're going to run the option, and Cherry couldn't pitch it back, and that's not going to work out. Ben Alonso not falling for any of it. 3rd and 3 for Cherry. Throw it over the middle. That one's caught to number 81. No idea who that is. That's actually tight end David Blanchflower, apparently. We're going to hand this off, apparently, to the running back, and that's a 9-yard gain for Nelson Fontaine. 2nd and inches. They're going to have a change of play call at the line. 2 tight ends to the right. They're actually going to give it inside zone to the left and get the first down in the process. 2nd and 8. And Cherry is going to have a play action shot, and he's going to throw it to the sideline where there's a nice catch to be made. A few yards, make this a 3rd and medium. Cherry stands tall in the pocket, 4-man rush. He's got lots of time, and the drop by number 89. Oh my, that was a horrible drop from the number 2 receiver. And we're going to get the ball back with no points on the board for Indiana because they had to punt it back to us. 8-yard run for Suarez, and he stays in the game, trips to the right, follow his guard, and that is just too easy. First down, Rocky Mares with a nice lead block. 1st and 10. Suarez is going to go on a route here, and he's going to make the catch, actually. 4 yards on the play, but a huge hit at the end there. 2nd and 6. Empty backfield. Trips to the right, twins to the left, and Rivero can't hold on. 3rd and 6 coming up. This one's going to be a tougher one. And Estrada is going to try to get somebody to jump, but does not work out, and then he underthrows it by a mile to Arellanes. So we're punting it right back to Indiana, and they're going to have a catch over the middle for 6 yards. Tackle made by Santiago Rodriguez. 2nd and 4. Cherry has Fontaine in the backfield, and he's going to have a wide open running lane after breaking initial contact. 11 yards on the play for Fontaine. Cherry hands it off to Fontaine again, and to the outside he goes. Bad angles by the defense, running down the sideline, and that is a huge 32-yard run broken off by Fontaine, and now they're going to change the back. Number 34 is now in the game, breaks a tackle, and that's 4 yards on the play. 3rd and 6, Fontaine checks back in. 0 blitz, and the catch is not made over the middle. Double coverage on the tight end Blanchflower. So that's going to be a 4th and 6 field goal try, and this one's good. A 48-yarder by Indiana. That one's made, and they're going to have a 1-score game now after that field goal. And now we're going to hand it off to Vela, who has another great jet sweep give. 16 yards on the play for Vela. 2nd and 8, and Suarez is the back. He is going to get the handoff, and Maris has a nice block, but that was absolutely not achieved by the center. Now on short yardage, we're going to get somebody to jump, have a nice first down anyway by Taylor Rosas, and we can just decline that penalty, that offsides, and that was to start the 2-minute warning, by the way. So now it's time to run out the clock. 1 minute and 50 seconds on the clock. Estrada throws it over the middle, and Rivero with a horrible drop again. 2nd one of the day. 3rd and 10. Estrada has a throw lined up, and he's gonna get sacked and fumble the ball away. And it's gonna be recovered by Indiana. What on earth was that? We could have tried a field goal if he had just thrown the ball away. And instead, Indiana's taken over in plus territory because the ball was knocked so far back. So 1 minute 40 seconds on the clock for Tyler Cherry. 1st and 10 for Cherry. Throw it over the middle. Dump off is made, and 6 yards on the play. And they're gonna run some clock here. 2nd and 4. Cherry is pressured, but gets it away on time, and that one's made. That's 9 yards to Blanchflower again. 1st and 10. Fontaine in the backfield, and pressured is Cherry. Nowhere to go. Valdez shows off the speed He runs around the edge and takes down the quarterback, scrambling away from him on a huge sack. And this is something that I have been waiting for from Valdez all his career. And now they're actually gonna get this first down conversion. Are you kidding me? Timeout taken, Indiana. So that actually makes me think they did not get the first down. It's a 3rd and inches, but they got 15.5 yards on that play. Huge play made by Tyler Cherry, and the sack by Valdez was just wasted. 1st and 10, Cherry has got some time to throw. Throws it, end zone, intercepted, and we're gonna take it out there. 20 seconds on the clock, maybe we can get a decent return. Alonso, the safety. It's Ben Alonso, not Brian Alonso. We're gonna get the interception, and no points for Indiana here. Close to halftime. There's 21 seconds on the clock, and we do not get any more points off that time. So 10-3 at halftime. And of course, if you enjoyed the video, I would appreciate if you gave it a thumbs up, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. As so far, we have been the dominant team, and we have earned that lead with every ounce of this game. 1st and 10, and that's Fontaine with another huge run to the sideline, and at least somebody knows how to tackle. It's Ben Alonso coming over from the other side of the field. Last line of defense, and he makes a tackle, and Fontaine breaks another couple tackles, gets 6 yards on the play. Fontaine has been unstoppable today. 3rd and 3. They're actually going to throw it, and it's caught by Fontaine. And that's another first down for Indiana. Cherry throws the RPO bubble, and that one's caught. That's a actually a 5-yard pickup, not a first down, but make this a 3rd and medium now. And Cherry throws it to the sideline. That catch is made by Pont Bryan, the #1 receiver, who has been actually very quiet today. He's not gotten a lot of targets, but now he gets a 2nd one in a row. And he gets 8 yards off of that one. So 2nd and 2 now. And Fontaine's the back. He's going to get the handoff, runs it to the sideline, and he actually did get the first down on this one. Carvajal on the tackle. 1st and goal, handed off to Fontaine, and nowhere to go. This is Calcaterra with the TFL, and this is now going to be a tough 2nd and goal from the 12. Handed off to Fontaine. He's getting the yardage back, so now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 7. Tough one. But gotta throw it in the end zone if you want to tie the game. Cherry is gonna throw it to Pont Bryant. It's a touchdown. Falling ahead is the #1 receiver here. 5'7". Pont Bryant in the end zone ties up this game at 10. And have I mentioned, Indiana is actually a ranked team, as we are not, because we lost that last regular season game. So we're actually hoping for an upset this week, I guess. And we're going to start this drive off with John Suarez, obviously. Gotta. 3rd and 1. And we're not going to run it. We're actually going to throw a one-on-one ball down the field, and the catch is made! What are you talking about? It's Joshua Arellanes in a one-on-one that should not have been necessary at all. Just throw it to Rivero and make the catch for a 3-yard gain over the middle. Just kidding. Rivero has already had 2 drops in that area, so just trying to deep ball today, and apparently a 46-yard connection is better than throwing it to Rivero over the middle. 1st and 10, and Estrada is going to throw it over the middle. That's caught by Vela down to the goal line. He's stopped shy by like half a yard. 1st and goal from the 1 is going to be coming up. And we are bringing in the artillery as Vasquez checks into the game along with the fullback. Run it up the gut, follow the fullback, it's a touchdown. Vasquez has his 2nd one of the day. The power back usually does not get much action, but today he gets 2 touchdowns. Nick Vasquez. 1st and 10 now for Indiana to start their next drive. Fontaine is not going to get this one. It's a play action shot, and at the sideline, the catch is made. This got to be an interception. Man, got to jump the ball there, but instead, huge first down. And they're going to set up the screen here for number 81 on the outside. That's the tight end Blanchflower again. And he gets a first down out of that one as well. Fontaine runs it up the middle, and horrible angles by 2 different defenders. And finally, Alonso has to come over from the other side of the field. He's the boundary corner on the other side of the field, and he had to make the tackle. as this run defense has been looking horrible this season. Second and goal. Cherry is gonna hand it off to number 34, and he does not get anywhere. That's a TFL as Sanchez in the backfield. Third and goal, and Cherry is being chased but has the touchdown anyway. He gets rid of it in time, and that's a score for Indiana as Becker actually makes the catch, the number 2 receiver. I think he was like 6'5", 217 or something. He makes a nice grab over the middle in tight coverage. So tight game at 17, and we're heading toward the 4th quarter now as we have a nice run by John Suarez, closing in on 100 rushing yards on the day. And Estrada is going to hand it off to him again, and falling ahead gets another first down, and that's going to have him across 100 rushing yards, 102 to be precise. So this is now a much closer game, tied at 17. I mean, even yardage-wise, it's pretty close, and we're going to run it up the gut again. John Suarez gets 5 yards on the play. 2nd and 5 coming up. Estrada hands it off to Suarez. I mean, that's our only play. A nice lead block by Mares, and he couldn't really follow this lead block again. 1st and 10, and they have a close bunch to the right, and Cerdeno loses a bunch to Dakota Stepaniak, the one impact player along the D-line that I showed you earlier. And now Arianes, he gets the first down, so at least we move the chains on that one. 1st and 10 from the 27. Estrada, the lefty's gonna set up the slip screen, and he's getting a nice block, and he gets about 6 yards. Suarez with some more receiving yardage, and Estrada, unblocked defender off the edge, and that's gonna make this 3rd and 15 as the right tackle completely whiffed on the play. 3rd and 15 for Estrada. Get it away to Suarez. I mean, it's 7 yards. Make this field goal a lot easier. There's 5 minutes on the clock, and the field goal is not good. It's off the upright, and this game is still tied at 17, so those 7 yards were not even enough. 1st and 10 for Cherry, and he's retreating further and further, but he keeps having more time and throws it in triple coverage. Oh my, what a horrible throw. That's an interception for the Ocelots as Carvajal takes it away from the Indiana offense on a horrible throw. He threw it way late to the outside there. Triple coverage, 3 guys in the area. 2nd and 10, let's run out this clock, get a field goal on the board, and end this game right here. A few yards to Suarez. 3rd and 6, and Suarez is still in the game. He's north of 20 carries. And he's going to throw it now to Vela. Gets the first down, and that's 2 more minutes off the clock. 2nd and 7. Hand it off. Suarez up the middle. I mean, that's not much, but it's going to get us to the 2-minute warning. 3rd and 5. Can we get the first down here? That is going to be incomplete. And we're going to have to take the field goal here. 1 minute and 57 on the clock. And the field goal is good. Velasco hits this one. And we have the lead again. It's 2017. And now Tyler Cherry has a chance to march down the field and tie up the game, or even take the lead if he needs to. Blanchflower, good start. 8 yards catch on the first play of the drive. 2nd and 2. And Blanchflower throws to the outside. It's caught by Fontaine. He heads out of bounds, stops the clock. Still all timeouts are there. 72 seconds on the clock for Cherry. Motion for Fontaine. Throw it to Fontaine, and nowhere to go. They read it perfectly. Santiago Rodriguez forces a 4-yard loss on the play. 2nd and 14 for Cherry, and this one should have been a pick 6. Oh my, Dave Santos. If he declares early and this is not his last game-sealing play, man, we're going to be so disappointed. Santos could have had the game-sealing pick 6, and he just knocks it down. Instead, it's going to be a 4th and 6 now for Tyler Cherry after they got a few yards back on that last 3rd down. And they're actually going to make this one. Timeout taken, Indiana. 1 left for Tyler Cherry, and they are across midfield now. Catch is made by Becker, and they move the sticks again. 43 seconds on the clock. No timeouts left for Indiana. And they are gonna throw it over the middle. That's intercepted. Santiago Rodriguez, he has the game-ending interception. And that is how this game ends. Indiana losing 17-20 to the Laredo State Ocelots, as we have a great performance by our secondary. We get multiple interceptions. We should have gotten even more. I mean, that Dave Santos play, man, you gotta pick it off for the pick six there, man. You were the only one in the area. He had hours of time to pick that one off, and gotta have the interception there. Estrada, no touchdowns in the season finale, no interceptions either, as Cherry throws 3 picks, which to me is the game deciding factor. We could not stop Fontaine if our life depended on it. 14 carries for a $135. On the other side, they couldn't stop Suarez. 27 for 147. No touchdowns, however. Both of those went to Nick Vasquez. Got 2 scores in the last game of the season. And then for receiving yards, I mean, 4 drops for Arianes looks horrible. John Suarez actually had 4 catches, no drops. And then 2 drops by Rivero. So that's not a great look. Blanchflower, their top receiver, with 7 catches, 56 yards. They did not allow a single reception that went beyond 21 yards. So I'd say this is a pretty good start, at least for the secondary. But this run defense has been looking horrible over the course of this season, and we really need to fix it. Now, for our defense, we need to create more pressure, because Cherry, man, he had all day to throw it today. He just threw it to the wrong guys. But overall, an even better quarterback would have probably picked this apart for 35 points. It's nice to see, however, that all the guys that you could write off as busted 3 stars, all of them got interceptions today. Carvajal is a safety turned linebacker that I didn't think was still going to be on this team at this point. He gets an interception. We get an interception by like a 68 overall safety. And Santiago Rodriguez, a corner that doesn't really have the athleticism to play corner, honestly, but we don't really have another choice. So he plays, and sometimes he whiffs, sometimes he looks good. Yeah, Texas, they move on. They're going to play in the quarterfinal against Cincinnati, which I think is a game they should be winning. And then we've got NC State winning over Georgia. That's a massive surprise. We've got Notre Dame beating out Florida to face North Carolina. And then we've got Kansas State beating up Ohio State to move on to play Kentucky. So interesting quarterfinals here. Not teams you usually see too much here, with NC State, UNC, Kansas State, Kentucky, or Cincinnati. But it's been an interesting season, and I mean, this was our first season in the Big 12. I think this went pretty solid. We have one more off season to go through now. I think we are graduating like 1 player, and then we might have 2 early declares, and that is probably gonna be it. We're gonna have this entire roster next year again, plus the off-season dev for all of our freshmen that we recruited last year. So I think this roster is gonna be a lot better even next year. Maybe we can compete for that championship game to face Texas or Oklahoma there, and then maybe even get to the playoffs. We were in the top 25 for most part of this year, so. I mean, it was a pretty good season. That loss at the end against Texas A&M hurts a lot, but I'm very hopeful. Next episode is going to be the off season, and that's going to do it for this episode. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, please leave a like, subscribe for more Laredo State Dynasty. See you in the next episode. Until then, have a great day.